What is going on, everybody? Welcome to Happy Hour Live. Today it is Friday in honor of Jimmy Buffett. If you haven't heard by now, Jimmy Buffett passed away, and yes, I do have a margarita going in honor of Jimmy Buffett, the king of Margaritaville, and it must be Friday somewhere. To you, Jimmy. How are you guys doing today, this week? It has been a busy week. I have got some videos for you. I've got I got a whole bunch of stuff here, but see if we can't really quick say hi to everybody real quick here. X Fired Up gets first in the house. Cowboy Biker Adventures. Glad to have you here, Don. Jenny Loves Real Estate, third in the house. How'd you manage that? Market Share is in the house. Glad to have you here. I'll roll on down and see if you guys have been talking. You guys have been talking here. Let's see what we've got here. Cosmic Mermaid and Starman. They are getting ready. It's going to see Three Dog. Is that Three Dog Night? One of my favorite bands. Good for you guys. You guys are going to miss next week, it sounds like. That is a good excuse. Can I just say, I'm in a boondocking location. I'm at 9,300 feet, and the kids are partying right over there. So if you hear the music, when did they go back to school again? They were just doing the Macarena over there just a minute ago. Yeah. All right. But if you hear the music, that's the kids over there. And I am at the top of a mountain. Apparently they know where to go. Hag of the Hills, Miss Sarah is there in Quartzsite. Glad to have you here. Life with Lenny is in the house from San Francisco. Glad to have you here. There is Miss Carol, and I imagine Gary is around somewhere here. But glad to have you here. See if we can get on down here. Oh my gosh. Well, there's Gary, RV living life right there. Oh my gosh, guys, I want to tell you, I did some questionable stuff getting up to where I'm at right here. I'm here to tell you, it was Jim Bertrand is in the house. Glad to have you here, Jim. WCRV Adventures. I think we got everybody. New hairdo, Dave. No. I got my usual. In honor, I've been on the Airforce Academy and getting ready to go on Fort Carson, and had a blast with that. But I got a haircut to kind of fit, so that I don't want them thinking that I've lost it. See, I can't do that. All right, let's see if we can't start this off right. We'll see you guys in just a minute here. Oh, there we go. Not the first time that I've been here, but I think the last time I was here was about 35 years ago. I was actually working, though, touring around the Airforce Academy today. I noticed that the chapel right over that way has a big box over it, and apparently they're remodeling it. Unfortunately, 35 years ago, I didn't go and look at it. I was actually working. Less interested in it then, but now kind of wish I could go and see that building. The chapel is covered, doing some remodeling on it, unfortunately. Probably one of the more beautiful things to see here. Sounds like the next time that it's going to be open will be in 2027. Well, it is time to go. This is the last day that I had here. Did a little bit of filming. Very cool. Very cool. I did not get around the campground, so I'll be doing that today. But for the most part, the family camp or the RV campground where I'm staying isn't much different than most RV parks, except that you can usually bet that who you camp next to is a former veteran. About the only way to get in there is with a veteran. I'm not sure I'd want to go and see a football game, but there is a football game today, and there's the line. I'll tell you, some boondocking locations are harder than others, and I'll take a shot of this one. I'll show you what I'm heading up. You tell me if you would be daring enough to head up where I'm getting ready to go up. All right. So far, this road doesn't look too bad, right? It's a little washboardy. I know some people wouldn't even want to drive on that. I don't have any problem with that. Now, how about that road right there? That is where we're going, guys. So hang on with me. We're gonna try it. We're gonna try it. Might be the most radical road that I've come up. Might be. And I'm not about to advise anybody on Campendium come up here, but this is on Campendium. And it is steep. These people must be wondering, what in the world is he doing? We are going right to the top. And once I get up here to the top, I have to find some place to turn around. I've got the truck parked up here, kind of saving my spot. Hold on, I need to go and move the truck out of the way so I can get turned around. And that is just little clips of this past week getting up here, and that's where we're at. We've got the fire. I've got a fire going. It is green up here. it kind of looks at the camera like it might be a little dry grass, but really it's not. It is just green and beautiful up here, and fires are okay. And thankfully, right down the road is uh, a slash piles all along the side of the road. And I thought, well, that'll be a good place to get some firewood. But yeah, I had a blast at the Air Force Academy. Spent 3 days there, and I saw Cosmic Mermaid and Starman were asking if I was going to be at the family camp. Beautiful park in there, and I got some footage of that, but mostly I was going around and checking out the Air Force Academy. The last day that or the last time that I was there was 35 years ago, and I was all of about 19 years old. And back then I didn't really appreciate it for what it was. I was in the military, they were in the military. It was more work. And so back then, when you went to go and see anything, it was get off post and get someplace. And I have been all over this country, including Woodland Park, which is right down the bottom of the hill here, and Colorado Springs is right over that way. And looking forward to spending a couple weeks here and going around. But the Air Force Academy was first on the list, and just a fantastic base. I don't. Do we have any Air Force people here? Because I just want to throw it out there. We we all the services kind of give the other services a hard time, and I'm going to play a little clip here of a statue that I went by that was over there on the Air Force Academy, and hopefully it's taken in good spirit. But yeah, looking forward to showing that to you. So got up here, and guys, I want to tell you that road coming up here, that was steep, and it is Colorado. I mean, everywhere that you seem to go around here, it is 9,000 feet, and this is no different here. I am acclimating nicely to the altitude, and with the exception of the first morning that I was up here, I had a headache, a little bit of a headache, but nothing bad. So, Air Force 88, thank you there, Lenny. Or was that Angela? One of the two of you. Glad to have you here. So take it in good, because I'm gonna dig at you, you Air Force guys. I'm gonna dig at you a little bit. It's all in good fun. Hopefully, but what a beautiful base, and a lot of kids there, and they're all in uniform, and some things don't change, some things do change. And I had to remind myself it's the Air Force Academy, and because I was seeing a lot of uniform problems, uniform issues, and and I kind of slipped right back into that and checking out everybody's uniforms, and it was kind of comical because I haven't been around it in 35 years. So how many days did I stay at the family camp? 3 days. 3 days. So I am fortunate enough to know people in low places that said, I can get you onto the family camp there. And I said, I'll take you up on that. And it brought back a lot of memories being back on a base again. So yeah, you've been all alone all summer. No, I haven't. I've been around friends. I've been hanging out. Some people don't mind being on camera, and some people do. So that's kind of the way that it goes. Yeah, we got just see if I can back up there. We got Gary right here. Gary, I'm gonna make sure that you're taken care of. So we got everybody's teams are looking pretty good. And if you're having any questions on the fantasy football this year and you're not sure how to do something or move people around, just hit me up, send me an email, and I will either call you or I'll just respond back and let you know where you can find the information that you're looking for. But glad to say that we have 12 teams going this year, including one team for the comments for you guys in the comment sections. And that's going to be run by Dawn and I. If we can, Dawn, have you had any luck getting onto the team there? I have. I've managed to be able to get on there. And we have some old teams that have come to join us again this year. And some new people are on, and Gary would be one of them. So glad to have you here, Gary. It's going to be a lot of fun. I think you're going to like it. All right. Now, Lenny, have you, or Angela, I didn't catch that. Have you been to the Airforce Academy? Have you seen that? That's a beautiful place. Oh, Lenny was in. So thank you for your service. Oh. Did some training. What is that? Training Army at Fort Dix in New Jersey in February. Couldn't wait to get back to my Air Force base. Awesome. So it was like I said, 35 years. I haven't, and it's funny back then when I got out of the Army, I was kind of glad to let it go behind. I did love the military, and a little bit. A little bit about background about me. I love the military, but I did get out after 4 years. I ended up my next duty cycle was Seoul, South Korea, and that is a non-sponsored tour. And those in the know that a non-sponsored tour means that you can't. It's still considered a war zone, and you can't bring your wife. And she was my then first wife of all of 2 years at that point. And there was no way I could go to Seoul, South Korea, and leave her back on the base here for 18 months is what it was. So I ended up divorcing, and I probably should have gone, but I did love it while I was in. Yeah. Gary was in. No, guys that don't have to do anything. Yeah, no, we always had stuff to do. Let's see, Dave, don't send me a new link until after the first game, since I'm. Oh, okay, yeah, no problem, Don, no problem. So, WCRV Adventures is in the big city of Winnemucca. Are you lot docking behind the casino? Just kind of curious. Aren't too many places to stay in the big city of Winnemucca there, but I know it well. And that's I like that little casino there. So that might be where you're at. Yeah, there you go. The best part of fantasy football is the trash talk. Absolutely. Started first time today in 5 weeks. Oh, yeah, I can tell you that I haven't started. You can't. It's clearing up at night. The skies. Let's see if I can show you. Look at that. You hardly see a cloud in the sky, and a little bit. We got a little bit of a sunset happening over that way, but yeah, the generator tried to come on this morning, and it did not start, and I have not figured out why yet. So hopefully it's nothing too big, because it's been cloudy here, and I don't know what it is. I get into Colorado, and it has been cloudy every time that I'm trying to get up at 9,300 elevation, and now I can't really test the solar. So I know that we were down to 0, and that's generally my batteries. That's when the auto gen start will kick on, and no auto gen start this morning. So, and I have not had a chance to go after it today. So, it was hot at Walmart today. I forget where you're at, Don. You probably said it earlier. Yeah, HC Carefree Highway. No, that fantasy football, Gary, you don't have to do anything other than gripe about it. You're doing great. Oh, there's a new campground. Okay, I don't know about that one. There was a parking lot back there, and so maybe they changed that. How much have you run the generator in the last 6 months? I couldn't tell you the exact number, but I can tell you that it has been less than probably a couple hours per month. So I'm probably more than 12, but under 20. It's been working fantastic, and generally I don't have a problem with cloudy weather until it's about 2 days into it, and the batteries start looking at me like, "Are you going to give us a charge anytime soon?" So the only exception to that would be when I was in Utah, up above I can't name the Mount Pleasant, and for some reason I was rocking the solar up there, and it that really hasn't returned. But I haven't had good weather, so it's just been a lot of cloudy. So somewhere north of 12, but south of 20. I bet you, I guess. So yeah, we and Don, we've talked about this a little bit, and I can't tell you if it's the lower temperatures, the higher elevation. I have not been able to get a real good fix on what it is, but I have always heard the farther south you are, the better solar that you get. So, Sturbridge, Mass. Okay, yeah. Now, Don, yeah, Don rocks that solar. Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, you've been doing real good on that. So, I have upgraded a little bit, but I can't say that I have I have gotten a lot. It is less. Like I said, considering I was running the generator about 2 hours per day, and that was with about 550 watts of solar up on the roof. Now upgraded to 1,500, and I rarely need to run the generator at all. Rarely. So, and I'm a power hog, guys. The coach, I'm running TVs. I'm cooking with electric, and I haven't been the last couple days just because the batteries have been low and I haven't been able to recharge it. But I am loving the gas and the electric. What do they call that? Not convection. But I've got the electric burners next side by side, and that has been working fantastic. So, yeah, just added another life cycle to your generator, 30 hours per year. Yeah, probably. Although, Jim, it was part out of necessity adding that solar on because I am above 6,000 hours on my generator, and I don't know what the lifespan is on one of these quiet diesel generators, but I have heard 10,000 hours. That's going to be pushing it a little bit. So yeah, Don is in it. He's at 285 feet. Yeah, yeah. Everywhere I go around here, I'll tell you what, everybody here lives at least a mile high in Colorado. Even when you go into Denver, you drop down into Colorado Springs, you're still around 6,000 feet. So yeah, that's what I've heard. The closer to the equator, the better the angle to the sun. Yeah, yeah. Yeah, Don, you're just like me. I there's no difference basically. Although I can't run you and Gary have me beat a little bit. You can run your ACs. I can't run my AC, but I can run everything else in the coach, including my hot water heater, which I have plugged it in a couple times to the solar, and has done a fantastic job. But that draws some power. That definitely draws some power. So yeah, it is. It is. If for boondockers, absolutely. And if you just looked at the amount of electricity you're saving, um, it is going to be negligible. But when you consider the places that you can go and the places that you can be, like where I'm at right now, I personally, this is where I love to be. Give me the mountains, give me up in the middle of nowhere, and I'm happy. Well, this boondocking is, it's not entirely free, but it is free. I mean, it is you're not paying, and now the parks are going upwards of $70 a night. It's getting darn spendy to be in the parks. So has anybody else noticed that? Yeah, most of the parks are at they're north of $70. I know here they go up to $120 at a lot of the parks around Colorado Springs, and there's not a lot of options. I mean, if there are um, boondockers welcome and things like that can help out. But I had to come all the way out here. I'm about 29 miles, I think it is, from Colorado Springs, and that's where I'm going to be going to check it out and see the old stomping grounds. One Peak was posted. Induction cooktop. Thank you, Tom. Lori, glad you could. I was trying to think of the name of it. I got induction and gas side by side. I can use either or. I do love the induction. I don't necessarily love the cooktop that I have, but I may have to cover that in a video here sometime. And but it's working, and yeah. Uh, and lithium batteries. Yep, absolutely. Last summer was a big upgrade for me. We added lithiums and solar, induction cooktops, and it wasn't too long before that I added on a residential fridge. So, a just recently here, I can tell you that I'll have to do a video on that. I also added a um, it's not the Ring, video system to the interior of the coach, and I have not got the doorbell yet, but I plan on adding the doorbell onto it. And basically that's just for security, because I do so much boondocking, and like today, took a drive and went down into Woodland Park and actually went over to the North Pole on the way up to Pikes Peak. No, I did not get up to Pikes Peak, but that is probably going to wait until everybody goes back to work, back to school, because It was crowded today. It was crowded. So 485 hours on a 7. That is the same generator I've got, Jim. So just if it helps you to know, I basically haven't had any problems with the generator. I've gotten them at 6,000 hours now. So it's a good generator. Absolutely. Oh, is that right, Letty? I think that is the transmission I've got. And call service place, just got mine fixed. Letty, we should have a conversation about that because I would love to hear what that was about. You know, I do have about 130,000 miles on the coach right now, and that if there is a recall out there, I'm that might be something to get checked out. So yeah, the convenience, absolutely. Yeah, going back to being able to stop and boondock anywhere and being comfortable. So absolutely. So induction, yeah. If you've never worked with induction, I'll tell you what, I'm a big believer in it. Yes, it is the blink. Thank you. Thank you, Gary. The blink system added on there. And I took a trip to the North Pole today, and I was able to secure the rig and keep an eye on things, and that is nice peace of mind. I'm really happy about that, and as soon as I know a little bit more about it, I'll probably be doing a video on that because that is a nice upgrade. And it was not very expensive, but I want to gather the costs up and be able to put those out on video. But I really like that today. So yeah, you and Jim both, yeah, 200 hours on the generator in 3.5 years. Boy, try when you boondock over 200 days a year, and I was running that generator about 2 hours a day, sometimes more, and yeah. It adds up. It adds up over time. I've been doing this since 2017. It's hard to believe it's been that long, but yeah, 2017. So, and just kind of upgrading as I go along, a little bit here and a little bit there. I can't heat up. What do you mean you can't heat up tortillas on induction? Well, no, but you throw a cast iron pan on there and you can, I make tortillas with a cast iron pan, Gary. So yeah, you can. There you go. What, let's see here. I'm getting, oh. This is true. Another benefit of that induction. I'll tell you what, you can sure feel it when I cook with the gas. And I've got that gas cooktop going. You can definitely feel the coach heat up. Now, this is kind of a good thing in the winter. You might as well, just so that you can warm up the coach. But during the summer, when you're trying to keep it cool in there, that induction absolutely makes a difference. So good point. Good point. We have the blink and the ring, and they used to be cheap. I again, I want to gather that all up and before I put anything out there. But so far, I'm really liking that blink, and I think the cost on it is about $10 a month. I could be wrong on that, so that's why I hate to put it out there. But $10 a month. If it stays that, you're not telling me it's going to go more than that. That is nice peace of mind to have that system on there. I'll tell you the other thing too, and the reason I want to get the Ring doorbell, the Blink doorbell, is guys, I'm a heavy sleeper. I'm when I'm out, I'm out. And there's a part of me that is a little bit nervous being alone and being on my own, that if there's an emergency, I'm afraid that somebody isn't going to just be able to knock on the door and wake me up. That is kind of how hard that I sleep. And having that a doorbell chime back there in the bedroom to where somebody could, so I can lock up the doors, and somebody can ring that doorbell and actually wake me up if there's an emergency, that would really be a good thing. Of course, I have the smoke alarm and things like that, but not all emergencies are fire related. And I do constantly worry about that. So hopefully get that system in, and that will be one more thing on my security side of things, and keeping me safe if somebody is trying to uh, get a hold of me and wake me up, you might say. See, scroll down here. Yeah, in a pan. I'll tell you what, that induction cooktop, and what is it right there? Heat up tortillas, yeah, on the induction cooktop, in a pan, absolutely. And I will say that was the learning curve, that if you switch over to induction, the first time that I got induction, I loved it, but I only had one pan, actually two pans, as I love my cast iron, and cast iron does work with induction. And I love my cast iron. Those were the only two pans that I had of all my cook pans, saucepans, that I could use it at, because I had copper bottoms. I had some pretty good stuff, and none of that is going to work on the induction. So it was I learned that really quick. So I think it's less of a fire hazard as well, guys. You don't have an open flame going in the coach, and if you're like me, I'm a little bit messy when I'm cooking, and it's easy for me to get paper and paper towels and things like that near my cook surfaces, and I don't have to worry about that. I don't have to worry about that. So there are too many positives on that. Now, I will say, when you need hot, for me, oh, the flags were making noise. That sounded like somebody was walking over here. For me, the when I'm doing something that needs really hot, like I've got the wok going and making Chinese food, something like that, then I switch over to the gas. The induction doesn't quite get it as hot. So, but I don't sear steaks or anything like that. If I was going to, I'd be using the gas. Just it doesn't seem as hot, but I do like the controllability of that induction. So it is getting a little windy here, guys. So that all right. 639 hours on a 10K owning. If I had to upgrade mine, and it's an expensive upgrade, I promise you, replacing those quiet diesel generators is not cheap. Um, I would be all up for switching that up to and going from a 7,500 to the 10K. But the other side of it is maybe I don't really need that. That's where I'm trying to hold it, or keep it with the solar, and I don't need to do it. So Don's gotten over 200 days of boondocking this year. Good job. Good job. Let me turn this down, because I've got the light is fading here. There we go. See if we can turn that there. That's a little better. Tortillas are not magnetic, but any cast iron, yeah. To the pans anymore now are coming out. They will say if they are induction ready or not, and the easiest way if you shop at Goodwill's like I do, and I'm always looking for good pans at Goodwill's. You'd be surprised how many people give up some really good pans at Goodwill's. I'm always watching that. But if you can find a magnet, and if a magnet will stick to the bottom of it, that will work on induction. So there you go. That's it. Yeah, absolutely, absolutely. Yeah, with free, that's that again in the summer. You can't beat it for not heating up the coach. In the winter, I tend to go towards the gas because I'm already going to use. I use propane for my heat, so I might as well not worry about cooking with the gas. And I usually switch up in the winter and do it that way. So that's a good one. Now it's so that they're comparable. The Ring and the Blink are about $10 a month. Go with one or the other. I don't know how you ended up with both, Gary, but that there you go. Blink is not as good as Wise. Now that I'm not familiar with. That I'm not familiar with. Oh, oh, the cameras. Is that right? I'm loving the cameras, guys. I've got two cameras and a module, and I don't. The way that I understand it, you don't necessarily have to have an account on the Blink. I can. The module does have a place where I can plug in a USB onto the side of that, and it's it will store your video files there. So and everything else still works the same. But again, I don't know enough about it. So the cameras used to be $30, now $100. I can tell you that it hasn't. The doorbell that I want to get is I think 37 on Amazon. Yeah. So, but isn't everything going up? Honestly, everything is going up. Did anybody else notice that Harvest Host dropped the dump stations from their maps on the new software update, and it appears they want to charge more to get it back? Is that right? Go figure. I don't know if that's true or not, but you guys would know. I don't use the Harvest Host just because I don't trust myself. I don't have any willpower, and the Harvest Hosts are usually at wineries, which that's what I would gravitate to. I know they also have golf courses, which would be even worse because that's even more expensive. And so, if I end up at a winery, I'm going to buy a bottle of wine. And usually, the last time I bought a bottle of wine at the winery, it was about $60 or $65. And I could put that towards a to full hookups at a park for that. But I don't have the willpower. I'm gonna buy a bottle of wine. It's just how I roll, I guess. Uh, Don has the Ring. Do you like that, Don? The Ring? Oh, I came into these the Blink systems, and I'm really loving that. Guys, I am just telling you, it was really nice to be able to set those on motion. The Blink cameras do have motion sense on them, so I don't, if somebody came into the coach, I would have not only know it, but I'd have video of it as well. So I was that impressed with it that I want to get more. So more cameras, something for the outside, and I'm liking that. I'm liking that. Yeah, I'm trying. It's getting darker here. Let's see if I can see that. Huh. Oh, that's how about that? I've got different ways I can adjust this here. There we go. So I am loving that light, guys. I will tell you, I am loving that light. Uh, Bill used Campendium. That's what I've been using is Campendium. So I actually have a few different ones that I use, but Campendium is kind of my go-to. So, uh, yeah, I have heard that. I don't know how well that works, Don. I have heard that though. There is a plate that you can get out there, but it heats up the plate, and that in turn heats up your pan. Does it work good? Oh, I do too, Carol. I really do like it. Yeah, what is that? I'm not. I remember the guess will, yeah, delay the update. Yeah, if you that's odd. You might turn update off if they're going to charge for the dump stations. So how is that? I turned it down a little bit, and we may have to move the time of the lives. And because it is getting darker sooner. Has anybody noticed our days are getting shorter here? So that was Bigfoot walking behind you. Yep. Yeah, that's okay. I wouldn't. I. You know, I don't think it was Bigfoot. I don't. Chances are it's one of the kids. Although I don't hear the noise over there. I don't hear the music. So maybe they've been going pretty good this whole afternoon. So yes, they will. They will require an internet connection when you're away to see the cameras. Absolutely, absolutely. But at least I have something now. I had nothing before. So, mm, okay, Don, I'll take your blink cameras. I'll take. I, again, you know what? Consider going from nothing to something. It is nice having that little bit of security there. It makes me feel better. So I think it had just having some is what, regardless of what system it is a good thing. How boondocking and lot docking? I consider them both. I consider them both the same. There, Gary. You're not looking at any hookups. You're not you're not plugging into anything. So lot docking is boondocking. But yeah, there you go. There you go. Uh, if it's that cool, we leave. uh, Jenny has Blake for her home security and Wise for the sprinkler system. Wise is more expensive. Yeah, I wonder. See, you guys know more about these than I do. I'm just happy to have something. So, but yeah, you start adding up the amount of days that we're out here boondocking, and I'll tell you, um, that that is where your solar system is going to pay for itself. So even if you wanted to figure out that boondocking at, give it even $20 a night, that's going to be about $4,000 worth of boondocking right there. So again, it's not necessarily free. You still have gas. You're typically outside of town, so you're traveling back and forth to town. So there are still things that you have to factor in. When I'm plugged in at a park, I can use electric heat. I can, and I don't have to worry about my heat all that much. Uh, um, as far as in a park, but in boondocking, I'm using my propane. Propane is kind of up and down depending on where you get it at. So, and depending on how much you're using to keep the rig warm. So that is an added factor. Ice wine from last harvest host day. Okay, Gary, I'm curious how much did you pay for a bottle of ice? I've never heard of ice wine, but it always seems to be about 50-60 bucks for me. I never get off cheap with that stuff. Oh, Don, you must have the rechargeable ones. I did not get the rechargeable ones. Mine are actually, they plug into USB ports, which is fine. I have USB ports throughout the coach. So, oh yeah, they're absolutely handy. And when you consider that there are no thousand trails in the Midwest, um, that can actually be a win right there. So, isn't that technically boondocking? Not too many of those harvest hosts have any place to plug in. No hookups. So you're still, I'd still consider it kind of boondocking right there. So I'd say that still goes towards the count as well. Yeah, last vineyard right there. Stayed out, bought a case of, a case of wine. Now you're talking. See, and that would be me. That would be me. See, I would see you buying a case of wine and I would want to buy a case of wine. I don't even want to know. I know that couldn't have been cheap. It would, yeah. It'd be more expensive than a campground. Yeah, absolutely. So the plate works. Okay, Don. I'll keep that in mind. Keep that in mind. Might try it. I might next time that we get together. I may borrow that from you and just try it and see. But right now, though, all of my pans have all been switched over to induction, so no problem there. Uh, Well, yeah, the harvest is out of the way, not as convenient. Not always. I mean, look at where I had to drive up to Boondock, Don. I mean, depending on where you're going, a boondocking location. I want to say I'm about 6-7 miles out of Woodland Park, and that and a good 29 miles, I think, to Colorado Springs. If I want to go anywhere, I'm gonna have to take a drive. So um, I would venture to say that's kind of a wash. Yeah, days are shorter. Winter is coming, guys. I want to tell you, it's winter right up there at the top of that mountain. Going to be taking a trip up to Woodland Park and excuse me, up to Woodland Park, up to Pikes Peak, as soon as the crowds die down here from Labor Day weekend. And that is, they were reporting 44 degrees yesterday. I don't know what it was today, but even here, it's okay. There's a breeze. It is a little chilly. 9,300 feet is a little chilly. So confirmed. There are no confirmed Bigfoot. Yeah, that's because you don't live through it. You nobody's lived through it. Oh yeah, 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 yeah. Leave no trace. There you go. See, big big feet. Are you are you guys? I see. I feel like Bigfoot is probably not real. I'm sorry. We would have captured one by now. Loch Ness, Bigfoot, we would have capped. Now aliens. Let me see here. Yeah, no one's ever survived. Yeah, yeah. Right there is a good question. Anywhere where Wise Blink or Ring camera that will work off batteries and does not require AC. They actually have both. I do have the wired cameras, but they do have battery cameras, and the the doorbell that I'm looking at actually is going to be wired. That's excuse me, is going to be wireless. That way I don't have to drill any holes. If I get any cameras for the outside of the coach, those will be wireless as well. And yes, they do have them for the Blink. I don't know about the Wise or the Ring, but I think Don was just saying that his Wise, he has to recharge them every now and then. Oh, $20 isn't bad. That's not bad. I still don't know what ice wine is, but that's not bad. Yeah. Yeah, see that I would be doable. That would be doable right there. I could do that, and I could buy a bottle of wine and not feel bad. Yeah, Harvest Host. It's still boondocking. Uh, the ring doorbell is rechargeable. Hey, there's you, Lenny. There's $2 Chuck. I'm just saying. It gets even. Although I think with inflation now it's up to $3. So, all right, limited space. You guys, aliens with big feet. It's possible. It's possible. I'm just. Uh, that those lights on the mountain behind me are people coming down from Pikes Peak. And Pikes Peak is right up there, and that road winds all the way down. And yep, that is Pikes Peak right there. Going to be going up that. I think Tuesday I'll be going up there. So, and yeah, and Gary, all of his camera systems are uh, plugged into 110. The Blink system comes with the USB adapter plugs, or you can plug that USB into USB. And I have many inside the coach. In fact, I had my choice of where I wanted to put the cameras, and those will plug into USB just fine. And that does run off the batteries. I can shut off the inverter, and I don't have they're not plugged into 110. So there you go. Bigfoots are aliens that use teleporters in the forest. Now we're going way out there. Way. All right. For you guys, and just an observation from the Air Force Academy, I'm going to throw up a video real quick. Don't hate me. All right. But here you go. Right there. That's Henry H. Hap Arnold, General of the Army, General of the Air Force. So I know you're questioning, how can you be General of the Army and General of the Air Force? Well, where do you think they're going to get a general for the Air Force? The Air Force? Love you guys. Love all you brothers out there, all you military out there. You're all good to me. I just couldn't help with a little bit of funny. We're gonna wrap this one up and call it a night, guys. So yeah, there's Fred and Andy, the Cog Railway. I have looked at it. Yeah, I have looked at it. They moved it, by the way. It's not in Manitou anymore. It's out of the Broadmoor. They moved it another mountain over, and I, I I I don't know when that happened, but a lot happens in 35 years since you've been back. So I think we're going to go ahead and wrap this one up, though, guys, and we will see you next week. This week, I'm going to be going to Fort Carson, Pikes Peak. I'm looking forward to seeing all again after 35 years, seeing what's changed, and there has been a lot of changes, no doubt about it. So I see X-Fired Up Bill right there has thrown it out there. Good night, all. Safe travels. Take care. Live life full time. We'll see you guys next week. Take care, guys. Bye-bye. In the Air Force, you guys, you're all right. Take care, all. There we go.